Hello and welcome to India's EV mission. Global electric vehicle sales have grown by 61% this year. China's BYD Auto overtook Tesla to become the top-selling EV brand globally. In India, 582,625 EVs were sold till August this year, and that's already 46% higher than last year. Let's now take a look at the India EV market. There are over 15 lakh electric vehicles on the roads out of approximately 30 crore vehicles. The percentage is just 0.5%, but year on year, the number is growing quite fast. If in 2021, 3.14 lakh EVs were registered, that number has grown to 5,82,000. That is an 85% growth in EV sales over 2021, and 2022 isn't even over yet. Overall, EV penetration compared to total vehicles registered has increased from 1.8% to 4.5%, but it's really the two-wheelers which are driving India's EV story. 488% increase in electric two-wheeler sales compared to 38,550 electric two-wheelers sold till August last year. Over 227,000 electric two-wheelers have already been sold. Primarily, 3 government schemes and several state government schemes are driving EV adoption. Under FAME, 10,000 crore has been allocated to electric vehicle subsidies, and to date, 5,76,000 vehicles have been incentivized. Let's not forget, close to 15 states have their own EV policies, which are also pushing EV adoption. Delhi's electric vehicle adoption at 11% is the highest in the country. So what does India need to do for the future? We need a robust charging infra, more EV products, lower battery costs, and higher range as well. I'm now joined by Mahua Acharya, MD and CEO at Convergence Energy Services Limited. Suman Mishra, CEO of Mahindra Electric, also with me on the program. I'm also joined by Nagesh Basvanahalli, Group CEO and MD of Greaves Cotton. Let me begin with Suman Mishra. Suman, if two-wheelers are one part of the EV story, three-wheelers are another. It almost looks that very soon we'll see a complete transition to electric three-wheelers. What, according to you, is the trajectory for growth?
Hi, Parikshit. Great to be here on the program. Congratulations to all, or happy EV Day, World EV Day. Yes, as you mentioned, we are seeing an increased penetration of electrification in the three-wheeler category. But again, we are in the very early stages. We are around, let's say, 5-6% of the L5 category of electrification. And we do expect significant growth going forward, looking at the month-on-month trajectory. I'm hopeful that we'll touch about 30% electrification in FY25 and much more higher from there. This is truly being driven by customer demand, as well as increased availability and supply, newer and newer products coming into the market. And we just hope that the trajectory will accelerate significantly in the coming days.
Okay, give us a sense of the future investments being made by Mahindra Electric in terms of last mile mobility.
Yeah. The biggest chunk of the investment is happening in a capacity creation. As we just mentioned, the demand is significant, and today the demand is leading the supply. So we are making significant investment in capacity creation, whether it is in our own manufacturing facility or in the supplier facility creation. The second big investment is happening in product development. We need to continue to innovate to stay in the leading the curve of electrification, and therefore we are doing investments in product, but also in terms of aggregates as well. So that's another big chunk of investment. And overall, in our channel, in infrastructure, everywhere, there is a lot of investment. And while I cannot disclose the exact number, it is quite significant and is expected to grow in the next few years.
Right. Now, in terms of charging infrastructure, how important is that for India's larger EV adoption? Yes, today, if we look at the total number of vehicles registered, 4.5% is the EV adoption. But out of total vehicles on the road to date, only 0.5% are EVs, Suman. So what would we need to increase this number in the next 5-6 years? Is charging the key?
A few things, actually. In this category that we're talking about, 2- and 3-wheelers, where you can use the existing charging network. You do not need to create specific power points. You can use the 15 amp socket, which is your microwave socket for the most part. Charging is important, but I do believe that as the volumes increase, India is finding a solution about providing the charging solution. For example, today a lot of kirana shops are setting up charging as an extra revenue stream. There are a large number of startups that are coming up with the different types of box solution for charging. So together we can work and create some comprehensive charging infrastructure. I do not think that it will be a big bottleneck. It's something that all of us are working on, and we shall continue to do it. The other one is financing. More affordable financing is again key to enable EV adoption, because today the DP EMI still is higher than the CNG. So we need to really work on the financing aspect as well.
All right. We're also joined by Nagesh. Nagesh, thank you for being with us. Give me a sense of how you are going to be increasing your investments when it comes to electric vehicle two-wheelers. That really is the sweet spot, and we're seeing a growth of almost 400% compared to last year when it comes to electric two-wheeler sales.
Yeah, good afternoon, and thanks for having me. Like you said, I think the two-wheeler in India, keep in mind, the two-wheeler and the three-wheeler make up more than 80% of the last-mile mobility vehicles. So it's very important what and how we address this market, right, for a better future. In terms of the growth, yes, like Suman talked about, the demand coming in, government incentives, rising fuel prices, a lot of these have contributed to kind of the growing demand and awareness in general increasing. In terms of our own investments, what we have done is over the years, we have done the foundational stuff. We have increased our plant capacity. We have invested in production capacity at our Ranipet facility. We have invested in products. Again, the products that India wants and India needs, right? With the right range, the right features, and the right value proposition. Because at the end of the day, it's the unit economics that works in this segment, both the two-wheeler and three-wheeler. Giving the right TCO is very important. So I think that's kind of where our investments have gone, and that's kind of where we believe the two-wheeler and three-wheeler, why they play such a very predominant role in the Indian context.
Right. Nagesh, if I may also ask you, when it comes to the new electric vehicle safety norms, the government has said that they propose to bring them into effect from the 1st of October 2022. Will companies like yours be able to meet this deadline, or would you need more time to meet the norms?
So I think both the government and the industry needs to work together, right? And at the end of the day, we will have to have a timeline that all of us, industry players, everybody, not just us, it's right. We were one of the few players who localized early. We have a local manufacturing supply chain. So what does it do for Indian suppliers? What does it mean from both timing and a cost? We all agree that we need to implement it. It's the right thing to do. It should be done. The question is, how do we go about doing it? Those conversations are ongoing, and I think probably over the next couple of days, and it should get sorted out.
And to what extent do you see the electric two-wheeler market growing? Currently, I believe the conversion is around 3%. How much of the demand do you think the industry is able to meet?
That's a good question. When you look at it, right, over the years, electric mobility has gone from roughly 60,000 to 250,000 plus last year to about trending in the range of about 600 to 700,000 this year, when I look at that kind of the monthly trend rate, right? So about 4.5% to 5%, which makes it roughly 4.5% to 5% of the overall population, right, of two-wheelers. So the beauty of this is coming from both the B2C, the retail consumer, as well as the B2B consumer, the ride sharing, the delivery services. So I would honestly think we're just getting started. The potential is huge. There are a lot of first-time buyers, the millennials and the Gen Zs and the college-going kids who want to buy a affordable, clean vehicle, right? Better NVH. So I think when you look at it, both from a first-time buyers, existing buying pool, and the opportunity to get the right unit economics, i.e. the total cost of ownership, I think the potential is huge. And last couple of quarters, if the trend and the last year is any indication, I think a lot of people expect at least about 30 to 35% of the overall two-wheeler population over the next 5 to 7 years to get into electric.
Okay, on that note, we are going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to discuss India's EV growth story.